Some of the most impactful tools that you can use to succeed in life are 100% free and everyone has access to them, but almost no one uses them. We promise you that if you implement everything on this list, you will be a completely different person in less than 6 months. Welcome to Alux. Vision. We're starting off today with probably the most important tool you can use to keep you on track. You see, everyone thinks they have a vision of where they want to be in life, or who they want to become. But often that vision is some obscure picture about what they saw on Instagram in the last couple of months. It's not something you personally truly want, but something you think that successful people have. A great vision is something that excites you, something that you daydream about, something that will make you feel 100% accomplished. It needs to be deep and personal to you. Something like having enough money to retire your parents, or building a powerful business around that one thing that really excites you. You see, a lack of vision isn't just a lack in direction, but a lack of motivation. It's pretty hard to move your ass if you don't have anywhere to be. Average people underestimate having a vision because they think it's only reserved for those already at the top or those who take things way too seriously. If you're just an average Joe, what would having a vision help you with? When you've got a vision, you open up your mind to a possibility. If you sit down with yourself and think about it, you'll find that you do have something you'd really wish to happen for yourself. Maybe it's quitting the 9-to-5 and having a small business that pays for your basic needs. Maybe it's creating a great environment for your kids. Maybe it's traveling the world with a backpack and documenting the process. Once you think about it and you open yourself up to this possibility, well, now you've got something to work with, my friend. A lack of vision and a misunderstanding of what's actually possible, that's what keeps most people from growing. Goals. If your vision is your North Star, well, the goal is the actual destination. It's something that can be measured and analyzed. For example, if your vision is to look and feel athletic, the goal is to finish the Spartan race. If you don't know, the Spartan race is a series of events that test your endurance, strength, and speed. And fun fact, some people at Alux attend it every year in Greece. All right, back to the point. Setting a series of clear goals for yourself has such an incredible impact on your progress. It's what every single high-achieving individual uses on a yearly basis. And that's also the reason why we created a whole course with our personal model of setting goals, which you can check out at Alux.com/goals. If the purpose of the vision is to keep you excited, the purpose of the goal is to keep you accountable. But the reality is, less than 1% of people actually hit their life goals. They don't have the right systems, the right tools, and sometimes not even the right goals to begin with. Micro-objectives. If the goal is to finish the race, the micro-objective is to make it to the next tree. Those who run regularly know what we're talking about. You see, micro-objectives are what makes up for the majority of your time. You won't accomplish your goal today, but you need to do something today that gets you closer. That is a micro-objective. Most of our time during any day of the week is filled with tens of micro-objectives that push the needle forward. And we wouldn't be able to do it either way because we are a handful of people who produce a lot of work every single week for 10 years now. Now, a micro-objective is something you have all the resources and know-how to get done today. Finishing the writing on this script in time for post-production, for example, that's a micro-objective. From what we've talked about with other entrepreneurs and high achievers, they've all got at least 3 micro-objectives in a day, and they call it a win if they get at least one of them done. But keep in mind that a micro-objective should also be, productive. Getting up out of bed in the morning isn't really a micro-objective, although it is necessary. Systems. These are a series of rules and protocols that you fall back on so you always know what to do and when to do it. In other words, it's like a way of doing things. For example, if every morning you run to the nearest coffee shop to get your coffee, that's a system that you've built to make sure you always start your day with a short run. It also needs to be repeatable and documented. You need it to be repeatable because ideally this is something you will do every day or at least every week. And the reason you need it to be documented, and this is something you'll learn from running a business, is because at some point you might want someone else to do it for you. Now, there are two great benefits from building good systems around what you do. For one, you don't have to waste energy figuring out what you have to do every single day. And secondly, it keeps you on track without you having to think about it. For example, if you get a food subscription and you receive 3 healthy meals every day, that's a system that you build, or in this case, pay for, that makes sure you stay healthy without you really having to think much about it. Journaling. Be honest with yourself, okay? How much time do you spend in your own head? Debating, making plans, remaking plans, and so on. Thinking about it is the cheeky way of feeling like you're doing work without actually doing anything. And the simplest way to get out of this loop is to start journaling. It's like Dumbledore removing memories from his head and adding them to that big bowl. What's it called? A pensieve or something like that? Anyway. When you journal, you essentially trap your thoughts in the physical plane to be analyzed from an objective perspective. It gives you immense clarity and introspection without feeling like you're losing yourself in your own thoughts. How many times have you read something that really struck a chord with you, but you didn't write it anywhere and then you forgot about it? Well, Aluxer, we got your back. In the Alux app, we've just debuted our new journaling feature. And essentially, as you're listening to our sessions, going through our learning packs, or when you just have something come into your head that feels relevant, you can write it into your journal in the app, and at the end of the year, you can export that journal as a PDF for you to go through and have everything in one place. If you haven't already started your app journey, go to Alux.com/app and download it today. Low-hanging fruit. Here's something we heard a while ago and we kept applying it ever since. If it takes less than 5 minutes, do it right now. We call these low-hanging fruit, something that's easy to get done and just as easy to keep postponing it into oblivion. We know you're guilty of this too, just like the rest of us. It's really easy to keep pushing things back that are not important right now or they don't have a big impact. But you see, it's just as easy to get them done in one foul swoop. It happens really often for small inconveniences to become big problems when you ignore them long enough. One unanswered email can turn into a big missed opportunity real quick. We've seen it happen before. Outside accountability. Imagine embarking on a challenging journey alone without any guidance or support. Daunting, isn't it? That's where outside accountability comes in. Whether it's coaches, mentors, colleagues, or friends, having someone by your side can be a game changer. You see, when you put your work in public for others to see, you create a great sense of commitment and obligation. Knowing that others are observing your progress can motivate you to stay focused and dedicated to your goals. This external accountability acts as a powerful force in keeping you on track. If you say to the world, "I will build this by the end of the year," well, it would be a little bit embarrassing if you don't, wouldn't it? Visual cues. In the realm of staying on track, there are few tools as vital as the humble whiteboard. Walk into the office of any highly efficient individual, and you'll always find this one thing: a big surface area filled with words and drawings. As a matter of fact, one of the first things we ever bought for this business more than 10 years ago was a big-ass whiteboard. Think of your whiteboard as a journal on steroids. It helps you tremendously to keep track of things, plan out your systems, and make sure you don't forget anything. Because you see, you can't rely on remembering every single little detail. If you want a cheap tool with a great impact, well, this is the one. The whiteboard is an educational oasis, a portal to productivity. It becomes your personal professor, guiding you through the maze of responsibilities. Its vast expanse allows you to chart your progress, visualize your goals, and break down complex concepts. And finally, micro-learning. Micro-learning is the proactive act of Googling it when you don't know how something works. So many people are scared of getting informed on their own. They feel like if they don't know something and there's no one there to teach them, then it's a lost cause or simply not their job. Trust us when we tell you, you'll get nothing done if you always wait for someone to come and teach you. Sometimes, you're just gonna have to do it yourself. Okay, most of the time. Micro-learning is a practical skill and an effective approach. To this day, we still buy courses, we still read books, watch videos, and talk to people smarter than us, and we do it proactively. This has helped us immensely in moving fast and reliably. Any combination of these tools will have a great impact on your life. Choose what works for you and get to work, my friend. We hope you found this video valuable, Aluxer. Do you use any of these tools already in your work? Let us know in the comments. And as always, as a thank you for sticking with us until the end, we've got a bonus for you, and that is to find your why. Because at the end of the day, it all boils down to why you're doing this. Find that deep, personal, and private motivation. Maybe you want to prove them wrong. Maybe you want to break the chain of mediocrity and become the one who made it. Maybe it's personal pride. Keep that why close to you and use it as fuel that powers the engine of your growth. We'll see you back here next time, Aluxer. Take care.